and happy Friday. This is actually my favorite place to talk to you guys, like laying in bed. Anyway, I'm going to be taking you through my quick trip to Louisville, the first part of it, and that is me running a mini marathon without any training. Hope you enjoy it. Let me know what you think. Let's do this. Although getting to go home anytime is so amazing, it's also incredibly difficult to see everyone. So the first place we stopped was my sister's house, and I saw my nephew and 3 of my nieces. Then, where you're seeing all these animals, we went to my sister's mom's house, which my sister and I have different moms, but I love her mom like she's mine. So I love getting to visit her when I go home.
Hey, kid. Do you love your new house? Yeah?
So my sister's mom had just moved, and this is her new place. That's actually her, and she would kill me if she saw this. But look how cute that farmhouse is. So if I haven't said it by now, I am running a mini marathon tomorrow. And on top of that, like with no training, no prior training for a long time. I have not run any distances for a long time, so I anticipate that this is going to be really fun. As you saw, I got to see family a little bit. My lungs are not doing too great, so I don't know how this run is gonna go. I tried running the other day and it didn't feel good. So I have an idea for tomorrow, and I'll tell you in the morning how I'm gonna go about doing that, and I'll just show you my snacks and stuff. The hardest part is that the time change does not benefit me, so it's currently 11 p.m. and I have to be up at 6 at the very latest. And I'm just now gonna eat dinner, so poke bowl, trying to chug water because I haven't had enough, fruit and yogurt, just because honestly it sounded good. I carved up earlier with with cake and pasta, so should be good there. Oh, good morning. I fell asleep at like 1:45. It's about 6 o'clock now. Today is the day I run a mini marathon without prior training with asthma on very little sleep. My plan for the run is jog 30 minutes, walk 1 to 2, and do it again. They will have people with water and Gatorade out there. So my plan is, like every other station, to get one or the other. I also have some candy that I'm gonna take, and I'm gonna take my inhaler. And at the halfway point, I'm gonna take my inhaler and stop and also grab some candy to like give myself just a little bit more energy to try to get through the rest of the race. It is literally for 3 a.m. my time. Love that Powerade. Little ghost drink to wake me up.
Justin Ritter. See you next quarterback got drafted.
Oh, nice.
Blue City is on the home pitch tonight at Lynn Family Stadium. The boys in purple take it on. Pittsburgh Riverhounds starting.
Morning snacks. Bobos. The other half of this because I ate it last night. Candy for my pocket along the way. These are like Skittles, fast sugar, and my mom used to run the cinnamon gum. My dad just dropped me off at a random street nearby. Now I'm walking there, drank half the energy drink. I've had a few sips of water, about to chug a tiny bit more before I toss my bottle. I have way too much in my pockets. I have like, in this pocket I have literally like candy
and my inhaler. In my other pocket, I'm gonna put my AirPods and my phone. And I didn't want to bring this jacket, but I forgot to take it off. So my number one regret for today already is the shorts I'm wearing, because they're already riding up and I'm gonna chafe this whole freaking run. I've already walked like a mile and I'm not to the starting line. I demand a refund. Just peed on my own leg, so it's all right. I'm 30 minutes in. I think I passed mile 3, I don't know. Hard to keep up, I started so late. Yeah, I'm gonna walk for 2 minutes and then go again. Lungs are a 7 out of 10, by the way.
Go Rachel Morgan! Toss me stuff.
This red would look really good in your hands.
I know it. Got it.
Thank you.
Go get them.
Okay.
I arrested this cop. It's all downhill from here. Stretch those legs out. Stretch those long legs out.
Last stretch. Probably could have ran through the rest, but just decided to stop and talk to you guys instead because it's hard. 99% sure I don't have one of my toenails anymore, so that's how that's going. Guys, let me go finish.
Rachel Moore!
Here's my dad.
I don't have it.
Say hi.
Hey everybody, happy mini day, Derby week.
He supported me the whole time, and I saw him at 2 different stops, and one of the stops my cousin was also there cheering me on, which was really nice. But we did it. We're done. I had some chocolate milk, and I didn't end up eating my snacks while running because I couldn't decide if I wanted that like sticky feel while running, and I didn't. Oh, cute dog. But we did it. It's done. I don't know what my time was yet, so I'm gonna have to look it up. I didn't die. That shower felt so good. This is always one of the best parts of the trip. I just got to my grandma's and I'm gonna go see her. All right guys, happy Friday. You saw that I made it through the mini marathon. Kind of surprised myself, and I actually didn't hate it, which was a shock to me. So a few of the factors that I was dealing with were limited sleep after a long plane ride and not training, so not doing running training before like hopping into a 13-mile race. I wanted to go for it for a lot of reasons. Our bodies are pretty amazing and they can do a lot. One of my fears though was my asthma. I had also a really bad cough that you could see throughout the entire video. So I had talked to my doctor a while ago and asked her about recommendations for like what I should do moving forward. And I asked like specifically if I should stop exercising so much or training cardiovascular, which sounds stupid, but also sometimes it can be miserable when you can't breathe. So it is about a balance, but basically she said you won't get better, but you won't get worse. So really, it's just like my cardiovascular health is going to be at its peak always with asthma. I will never grow out of it, and I will never, like, it's not ever gonna just like fade away. So I will always be on an inhaler, which did help me a lot throughout the entire run. And I was really grateful for it, because when I had gotten to mile 7 is when I was like, really, like, my face was really red. You can see it in the video. And basically I just wasn't getting the amount of oxygen that I needed. So taking my inhaler halfway helped a lot. It wasn't until about mile 9 or 10 that I started feeling my legs and my feet. So thankfully, since I do exercise on a regular basis, I did feel really strong throughout the entire run. Strong, like, body wise, but yes, my chest, yes, my lungs were like kind of hurting. But like I said, mile 9 or 10, that I was like really beginning to struggle. Like, I didn't want to pick my feet up. Like, when I saw my dad and my cousin, my dad was like, pick those legs up, move those long legs.
Stretch those long legs out.
Like, these are long, heavy legs, and it's hard. Like, at the end, whenever I was saying that I feel like I lost toenails, I didn't lose toenails, but I did, this is really gross, get like a really big blister underneath both of my toenails. Like, if these are your feet and these are your big toes, these two got blisters underneath the toenail, which hurt so badly. And it's a week later, and just now I'm like starting to not feel it. I just kicked my tripod. Something that I like that I did is the 30-minute running interval. So I would run for 30 minutes and then I would like walk for 1 to 2. Whenever I got past mile 7, I started stopping at every other water station. And so they would have water and Gatorade, and that was when I started feeling tired and I didn't want to eat the candy because I didn't want that sticky taste. I would grab a cup of Gatorade and a cup of water, and I would stop, drink the Gatorade, drink the water, throw them away in the trash cans, because most people while running just like keep running and they're like pouring it on themselves and they like throw it off to the side, which just seems like a lot of work when you could just stop, drink it, and then run and pass the person that you just saw doing all that. Personally, that's how I did it, and I liked that. And I liked, like I said, that process of the 30 minutes on, the 2 minutes off. That interval really worked well for me. I didn't time it exactly, but basically I listened to 2 podcasts. One was an hour long and one was 30 minutes long. So when I got to that last stretch and I stopped to grab water and Gatorade, my AirPods died. So I put them away, and then I just kind of ran, listening to everything, listening to other people, talking to random people along the way. And then on the last little stretch, I got my AirPods back out and I called Victor, who was over here asleep, because he said I could call him at any point of the run. So I chose the last mile to call him and say hey, and then I turned my music on and I finished the run. What I would have done differently is, train, obviously. Definitely I'm gonna incorporate a little bit more running into my routine, because trying a marathon sometime would be really cool, I think. I would just have to do what I did twice. So hopefully in the future I'll be able to do that. But whenever I go on to train for that, I'll explain to you guys how I do that along the way. Being in personal training, I'm like always somewhat in shape. So that helped in the process, because my muscles are used to having constant tension. It was just that they're not used to this kind of tension. So my feet were hurting. My feet hurt for like 5 days after, to be honest. Something else I would have done differently is the shorts I wore. I don't know why in my head I was like, mini marathon, spandex shorts. I don't know why I thought that was a good idea, but I actually, like, my legs were like rubbing against each other, because your girl's a little thick, so like my legs were rubbing against each other, and my feet were hurting worse than that. So I didn't think about that, but after the fact it did bother me, and I had to wear jeans the next day, and I like hated that feeling. Definitely not wearing shorts next time. I think if I could do it differently again, I would also sleep more. I don't recommend doing what I did, especially if you don't train at all. Definitely train more somehow before you go into running. But otherwise, it was a really good race. I enjoyed it more than I ever have, because I didn't put expectations on it, but I just had fun. And that kind of taught me a lesson of like, not everything has to be a competition. It can actually just be enjoyable. And I don't know how I made running 13 miles enjoyable, but I did. And the weird thing is, this is how runners run. This is how you guys do it, isn't it? It was fun. I don't know why or how, because I hate running, but I only hate running whenever I'm like dying and like pushing myself but like I didn't really do that. I just ran and like had fun. So this is why you guys do it, and I understand now. And I'm not saying I'm converting to be a runner, but I will run more. I'll give you that. It's definitely quite the journey. I definitely do want to keep trying these challenges, obviously taking care of my health all the while, but specifically trying things that are out of my comfort zone, like running long distances. You'll notice at the end of the video that I also say that I'm going to visit my grandma. There is a part 2 coming to this that doesn't have to do with running, that has more over to do with like celebrating Mother's Day and hanging out with my grandma and celebrating my birthday early with my family. So if you guys want to check that out, please stay tuned. If you have any questions about running, what I recommend moving forward, please feel free to drop those below. And otherwise, like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you guys in the next video. Happy Friday.